Hey everyone, welcome back to the Papi Coder channel. Today we're diving into one of Python's most versatile data structures, lists. Lists are essential in Python, and if you're working with any sort of data, lists are probably going to be one of your go-to tools. I'll walk you through what lists are, how to use them, and we'll cover some essential list operations with hands-on examples. A list is an ordered mutable collection of items. Think of it like a shopping list. Each item on the list is an element, and you can add, remove, or change items as needed. Lists are powerful because they allow us to store multiple values in the same variable and perform a variety of operations on them. Here is a simple example of creating lists in Python. We have our fruit here, and we have this list of fruits being saved inside. Now, in this example, we created a list called fruits, as we can see here, with 4 items: apple, banana, cherry, and date. Lists are defined using square brackets, so that is why we are using this square bracket to actually house all our elements, and items that we have inside of our list are separated by commas. Now we can print out the list to see the outcome of our program, and here we can see the list being printed out on the console for us with all the items. To access elements in a list, we use indexing. In Python, lists are zero indexed, meaning the first element is at index 0. Looking at this example, we can access individual elements of the fruit list. We already have our fruit list created initially, and now we want to access them using indexing. In this example, we can access the first fruit by actually having this format, by using the square bracket format, and as we all know, the indexing starts from 0. So the index of the first item, apple, is going to be 0, followed by banana, which the index is going to be 1, then cherry 2, and date 3. So using the bracket notation, we can actually get each element in individual elements in our list. And when we are making use of negative indexing, indexing starts from -1, and it's going to start from the back of the list. So our positive indexing that starts from 0 starts from the front of the list, while the negative indexing that starts from -1 starts from the back of the list. So to access the last element in our list, we can use negative indexing to actually do that by specifying the index -1. So now let's run our code and see the result. And as you can see here, we have our first fruit apple, second fruit banana, and last fruit date. And this is really useful when you want to pull specific items from a list. So indexing is very, very useful to do this. Because lists are mutable, we can change elements after we've created the list. Let's say we want to update an item in the list. We already have our list here, the list that we are working with, and want to update the second element in our list. We can access the position, the index of that particular element and the element using the bracket notation, as we looked at in our previous section. And here we can now store a new value, update the second element, and then print out the result. Now let's run the code and see what we have. Now we can see we no longer have banana, instead we have blueberry. So this can be done by simply specifying the index that you want to change and assigning a new value to it, as we've done right here. There are multiple ways to add elements to a list. Let's go through the most common ones: append, insert, and extend. Looking at this example to see multiple ways of adding elements to a list, we still have our list of fruits, and the first one we want to look at is the append. And as you can see here, the append method is used to add a single element to the list, and we've added the elderberry to the end of the list using the append method. The insert method is used to add an element to a specific index in the list. So that's what we use the insert method to do, and here we are specifying the index that we want to access, which is index 1, and we want to insert this particular fruit there, which is fig. And here we are using the extend method to add multiple elements to our list. So here we have the grape and we have the honeydew, which are more fruits, and here we are just extending our initial fruits list to add more fruits there. So let's run and see what we have. Now we see that for our append, the elderberry has been appended to the end of the list. For the insert, we can see the fig has been inserted into index 1, which is the second, which makes it the second item on our list. And for the extend, we can see that we now have honeydew being added to the end of our list to extend the lists that we have. Sometimes you might need to remove items from a list. Python provides several methods to do this: remove, pop, and clear. Now let's look at different ways we can remove elements from a list. We still have our list that we are working with here, our list of fruits, and we can use the remove function, the remove method, to actually remove specific item by using their value. So here, as you can see, we have specified the cherry, that we want to remove the cherry from the fruit list, and we can also remove an item by using the index when we make use of the pop method. And as you can see here, we are specifying index 2, and after that we can actually retrieve the removed item itself, and we can also display the list, the modified list. And lastly, we can use the clear method to actually remove all elements from the list. So now let's run that and see the result that we have. And as you can see here, after removing cherry from the list, we are left with apple, banana, and date. And then we now used pop to remove the second the third element, which is at index 2 from our list, which is date, and that gives us this. And now we can see the removed item, and here we can also see that the list has been cleared after using the clear method. Also, one thing I want us to note is, if for the pop method, if we don't specify the index, it is going to remove the last item in our list if we don't specify the index. So we can use the pop method with or without the indexing. If we use the index, it removes the element at that specified index. If we don't add the index, it removes the last element. So let's run this once more, and as we can see, the remove it removed cherry, and here we popped the last item, and here the last item is date, and as you can see, it we have date as a removed item, and after that the list was totally cleared. With list slicing, we can access specific portions of a list. Now, slicing is really useful when we want to work with only part of a list. And as you can see here, we've reinitialized the list that we have here. I've added more items to it. And this example here, we want to slice to actually get the first 3 elements in our list. And for us to do that, we also use the bracket notation and specify the starting index and the ending index. Now, the ending index is exclusive, which means it is not considered. So for when we are talking about index 0 to 3, we are actually talking about elements in index 0, index 1, and index 2, with index 3 being excluded. So here this would give us the first 3 items, and the second example here we are slicing from index 2 to the end. So if we don't specify the ending index and we leave it blank like this, it would actually give us from the starting index to the end of the list. And here we can also slice with a step, which means we have the starting index, the closing index, and we have the step. And here we can see that the starting and the closing index is not specified, which means we want the whole list. And here this step 2 means we want to get the second item. For every iteration we want to get the second item. So we are going to get banana, we are going to get date, and we are going to get grape. So it's going to move 2 steps and is going to pick the item to separate. So let's run our code now and let's see what we have. So as we can see, the first 3 elements we have the apple, banana, and cherry. For the index 2 to the end we have cherry, which is our index 2 to the end of the list. And for every second item we have since we are starting from the beginning of the list, it picks apple first, then move 2 steps, then cherry, move 2 steps further, and fig. And after moving 2 steps there's no more items to actually display. So that is what we have right there.